What it do, guys? Manjoume here, and today we're going to check out the Marvel trading card game versus system from like 2000 and what, 4? Yeah, 2004. Huh, good guess. And we're going to be checking out the Spider-Man versus Doc Ock 2-player starter set. The reason I got this was mostly because I recently got into the versus system 2-player card game, which is not compatible with this whatsoever. This is the old version that they discontinued and they restarted after they added the words 2-player card game and dropped the Marvel thing, because it's kind of a generic thing now where it doesn't necessarily do that. And I think they even had DC when they were doing this. So this has nothing to do with the other videos on the channel. These are different games, not compatible, very similar in aesthetic and maybe even the way they're played, but they are not compatible whatsoever. And the only reason I got these is because when I was younger, I actually had this exact set. And I'm sure I threw them away and did not take care of them whatsoever. So even if I did have them, they'd be in bad condition. And I know for a fact that the game mat did not look good. No. That thing was ripped up, torn up, bad stuff. But I always loved the artwork, and this was what I said earlier. It was 2004, so this would have been the reason why they made a Spider-Man versus Doc Ock set, is because they had the movie Spider-Man 2 out the same year. So this is probably part of the advertising, campaign for it. Even though this Doc Ock looks nothing like the Alfred Molina version, whatever, it's fine. Spider-Man just kind of looks like Spider-Man. It's hard to not make him look like that. Although the movie version would have looked different, but you know what? I actually prefer the artwork on this guy. This thing looks really, really cool. And I loved the artwork of this growing up, and no longer have any of that stuff. I'm sure I probably just got rid of it one day. You might be wondering why I got 2 of these. Well, I actually expected these to come in better condition than they did. These actually look kind of rough, and there's this huge cut. I'm assuming that was like a price tag or something that the seller took off. And what I'm going to do is just give it a quick look. And this one's in a little better condition, so I'm going to set this one aside and not open it. And this one we're going to go ahead and open, because this is, once again, a 2-player starting set right here. Spider-Man vs. Doc Ock 2-player starter deck. So not going to be very strong, but going to be fun enough to play with a buddy, 1v1. And then if we want something a little more competitive, I do still have the Versus System 2-player card game that came later. This is going to be mostly nostalgic, and I actually can't wait to open this up. Now, if I want to be very wasteful, I could open both if, like, you only got 2 copies and out of a max of 4, and I'm like, well, since I do have 2, I can make the optimal deck using 2 copies. But I might just keep that one sealed, as much sealed as it can be for how old it is, and this kind of thing kind of just happens with age. So we're going to take a look at the back. Amazing action! The Marvel vs. System trading card game puts you directly into the action as the world's most powerful superheroes and supervillains wage an epic struggle for supremacy. Join the amazing Spider-Man and his allies as they battle Doc Ock and the Sinister Syndicate. This Spider-Man vs. Doc Ock 2-player starter set includes everything 2 players need to get started. 80 game cards. Be prepared for serious web-swinging action as Spider-Man, Black Cat, and Daredevil trade blows with the likes of Doc Ock, Kraven the Hunter, Venom, and the Green Goblin. In addition to the characters, you'll find equipment, locations, and plot twists to aid you in your battle against your foes. Each and every Marvel game card features all new, original artwork by some of the biggest names in comics today, including Adam Kubert, Randy Green, Alan Hughes, and many more. Rulebook. A full-color rulebook will give you the knowledge you need to outwit your opponent. Look here to answer any gameplay questions you might have. Quick start? Wait, what? Oh no, there's a typo on here. Quick S-T-R-A-R-T. Quick Start rules. A quick start guide will help you up. Okay, so there's a typo here. I mean, obviously I wouldn't have noticed this. I don't even think I read this as a kid. Does the other one have the typo? Yeah, quick start guide. Oh, alright, cool. A quick start guide will get you up and playing quickly. and a play diagram depicts a game in progress. And then you can go to Upper Deck in the past to see more about this. Now, I'm assuming if you go to ude.com/Marvel now, it probably just gives you a generic Marvel page, because they do have different Marvel products now. So that was the main focus at the time was probably this. But that's no longer the case, especially because even though this was superseded by the Versus System 2-player card game, even that's, I think, no longer being supported as of, I think, last year, 2023. Not sure if any came out in 2024, but let's take a look of this Spider-Man versus Doc Ock 2-player starting set. Now, this is super cool. I love when card games used to do the window into it, and this one is no exception. That's just great. I don't know, something about this I just really love. I forgot about this artwork. You had that the guy from Grandma's Boy with the Matrix looking dude. You had that version of Doc Ock, who, I mean, okay, he does look a lot cooler than Alfred Molina did. Then you had the best and coolest Spider-Man artwork. Some of the best. Those are so good. And I forgot to mention, these are first edition printings. The other one is as well. I didn't notice that when I bought the set. I bought them together. I just wanted them, and I figured, oh, two, so I can keep one sealed and then, end up playing with the other one. So let's take a look at the quick start guide. Stuart. Okay. I think a lot of this, from the little that I've played, 50 endurance. Oh, is each endurance your deck? Or 50 endurance? I wonder if endurance is the number of cards in your deck. Oh man, some of these artworks, I'm like, oh, I remember these. Oh, I do remember these. Oh my god, I almost want to get this laminated, because this is actually really cool for me. This thing's gigantic. I can't even get this in all of the frame, and I'm like, oh man, look at that Green Goblin. Okay, so we do have turn sequence, draw, build, resource, recruit, formation, combat phase, attack step, recovery. What was on the back of this? Oh, okay. So game in action. So it does show you like a game that's already gone through. I kind of wish they didn't do that, and instead they just had a game mat. Like this was just a game mat. Play area continues to the side as needed. Okay, so you extend it if you need to. One thing that I will say is different between this one and the newer one is that there does not seem to be main characters here. It just looks like there's characters, there's resources, and that's kind of it. That is one thing that it's missing, I guess you could say. Whether or not it adds a lot to the game, or added a lot to the game from its previous version, is yet to be seen, but this I absolutely do want to play. Each player starts with 50 endurance. At the end of the turn, if you've knocked your opponent's endurance to 0 or less, you win. The starter set includes 2 decks of 40 cards to help you learn the game. When building your own deck, you must use at least 60 cards. So that's pretty cool. And let's see, you start the game with 4 cards and you draw 2. There's no limit to what you can have in your hand, so there is a difference there between this and the other game. Oh, and the locations do different things. Okay. They're actually a bit more involved. Wonder if there's anything specific or different in here. Oh man, some of these artworks. Powers. Cards in the Marvel TCG of powers. There are 3 power types: payment powers, trigger powers, and continuous powers. Chain, priority. That's kind of cool. Okay. Constructed, pre-constructed. Oh, these are tournament tournament formats. Wow, at some point, apparently, there was over $1 million a year awarded in prize money. Probably, scattered throughout, broken up, but still. Every pro tournament has a $250,000 cash prize purse. That is really cool that they have that kind of information in here. Oh, and then you have the other sets that they're advertising. I mean, of course they would, but oh, you had a Fantastic Four set. Hulk is in there. That's actually really cool. Oh man, that's nostalgic in this weird rectangle, almost this weird sized book. Like, I'm used to this now from the boys video that we did not too long ago, and this is shorter but wider. And I don't know any rulebooks that are like this. They just did that too. No, not even the same size as that. Oh well. But the star of the game, the stars rather, we have Spider-Man and Doc Ock. And you know what? They do have their team affiliations on the side, the Sinister Syndicate and the Spider Friends. Now, I'm a little more excited to see this. Oh man, look at that card backing. So now, or fast forward to the 2-player game, and the card backings are a little similar, but they are very easily distinguishable. So you see here, the logo is a little larger, the background is different, and it does say 2-player card game. And then the Upper Deck logo has been revised to what it is now. So, not compatible, and it's easy to tell them apart. So, that's something to keep in mind. If you see some Versus system cards, and you're very new to it, just make sure, if you want to get into the new one, that it says 2-player card game. Because if it doesn't, it may be one of these older things, and that's not going to be useful to you unless you want to play specifically these older cards in this older format. So the star of the show is Dr. Octopus. And the thing about him is he's just another card. He's just a high-cost card in the deck. He's not a main character as far as I can tell. And here he is. Wow. 7 cost, 15/15, so he's actually pretty crazy strong. Sinister Syndicate defenders you control have reinforcement. Whenever Doc Ock stuns a defender, you may stun target support row characters. That's really cool. And then, oh man, I remember this artwork. Dr. Octopus, more of a comic book nerdy outfit. Okay. Only 2 of those. I wonder if the max is 2. We'll probably see more. So, I mean, I guess if I really wanted to, I could open the other one and have full decks. It won't be, like, great, but, you know, it's there. We have... Oh, does it really do that? Oh, I guess it does. Okay, so you have their name, and then, like, a name underneath it, I suppose? Maybe an alias? Because we have Dr. Octopus, also known as Doc Ock. Dr. Octopus, also known as Otto Octavius. Electro, also known as Maxwell Dillon. Electro, also known as Maxwell Dillon. Oh man, that's so cool. Okay, so 4 would be the max, because there's 4 of those, so you could, if you had more, use 2 more of these. Green Goblin, that is some crazy good artwork. Look at that. 5/99, range and flight. Activate, discard a Sinister Syndicate character card from your hand. KO target unprotected support row character. Its controller loses endurance equal to that character's cost. Wow, that actually seems pretty strong. You get 3 of those. Craven the Hunter. I wonder if they ever reuse these. Like, the box did say that these artworks were new to the game, but if they reuse them later, that doesn't negate that statement for this. Just that at that future point, it wasn't made for that. Wow, that's nostalgic. Oh, the lizard! Love the lizard. Pay for endurance, and he gets a +2 defense. Let's attack. Okay, so I guess endurance is kind of like your life point counter. So you're kind of playing around with that and keeping a balance at life points, you know. Rhino, at the start of your recruit step, pay for endurance or KO Rhino, because he's just going crazy. He is really strong, so I mean, that's how you balance it out, I suppose. Venom, that big boy. Look at him. Whenever Venom stuns a character, KO that character and lets it control, pays 6 endurance. That is a lot, because that is, if you only have 50, 6 is Wow, that's a good chunk of it. Wow, you get 3 of those. Okay. Vulture, Adrian Toombs. Actually, what was Venom? Okay, Venom was Eddie Brock. Rhino was Alex O'Hearn. Dr. Chris Connors. Sergey. Yeah, Norman Osborn. So most of them are their secret identities, except Doc Ock here for some reason. Vulture, Adrian Toombs. Man, these are cool. Smokescreen, I do remember this. KO Smokescreen, target attack. Target attacker cannot be stunned this turn. Oh, only 1. But as far as I know, there isn't like a one-of-a-kind clause on it, so if you had more, you could use more, I assume. No fear. Now, the funny thing about that is, I mean, obviously this is a Spider-Man set, but that is a Daredevil card. But there's nothing specifically Daredevil about it, and there's no requirement that it is. In fact, there's no requirement at all. There's no team affiliation other than there's a Marvel logo right there. Oh, the jetpack! Character gets +2 attack and has flight. Parker, get this infernal contraption off me. Only 1, huh? Crushing blow. That one actually kind of works. Kind of reminds me of the Bane moment. Alley-oop. Target's pro defender gets +1 attack and +2 defense this turn. Crushing blow. Okay, so these are in weird order. Alley-oop. Alley-oop. That's so weird. Sinister salvo. There's a time here. As an additional cost to play Sinister Salvo, exhaust a Sinister Syndicate character you control. Target player loses 3 endurance. Ongoing. Characters you control have range. That seems really busted. To just give them range? 2 of those. Okay, then our location, which is a little odd that the location isn't just a resource, it's got an effect. Activate. Discard a Sinister Syndicate card from your hand, draw a card. Activate. Discard 2 cards from your hand, draw a card. Wow, okay. Oh, there's only 2 of those, then Doc Ock's Lab. I remember this. Oh, man. Activate. Pay 3 endurance. Target Sinister Syndicate attacker gets +3 attack this turn. Oh no, Sadistic Choice. What's with the order of these cards? Plays Sinister Choice only if you control a Sinister Syndicate character. So the newer card game, instead of saying play only if you have this character, it would just have their team's icon at the top, which tells you you can't play it unless you have that kind of character on your side. KO target stun character unless it's controller. Discards 2 cards from his hand. So, you know what? That can really drop him down, or they can just let the character go. Really interesting to see these, and the art is so cool. It's very nostalgic for me to go back to. I don't want to say I got this in 2004 initially, but it would have been around that time because it would have still been in the stores. And I saw it on the store shelf, and I saw Spider-Man, and that's probably all I needed, honestly. Probably it. Okay, so how does this open? You know, I will say, I think these cards are actually in better shape than some of the versus 2-player card game ones that are way younger. So it's kind of weird that these held up their, I don't know if you want to say durability or like their integrity way better. Yeah, these all look not amazing, but a lot better than some of those. We have Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man. Spider-Friends 1416. Discard a Spider-Friends character card from your hand. Exhaust target character if it has a cost less than or equal to the cost of the card you discarded. So you're webbing them up. Ah, the Spider-Man. I remember this artwork. While Spider-Man is team attacking, attackers you control cannot be stunned. 2 of those. Punisher. Oh yeah, I do remember that. Man, that's cool. He's actually really strong. Daredevil. Okay, so that makes sense that he's in here. They're buddies. Oh, 3 of those. Nova. Oh wait, does it? Yeah, the Man Without Fear, Vigilante, Punisher, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Okay. Richard Rider. Got Nova. It's really cool to see Nova. I didn't know who he was at the time. Solo. James Bourne, which is actually really funny. I knew I'd seen him before, but there he is. Prowler. Hobby Brown. People know him more now, but I'm betting at the time they had no idea who he was. Unless you actually read the comics. Madam Web. Wow. This is the Madam Web I know. The new version in the movies, well, I haven't seen the movie, but it's going to take me some getting used to if that character persists to exist in the state that she does. Black Cat Felicia Hardy. Wow. No Fear. Okay, generic card, no wonder. Crushing Blow. Okay. Alley-oop. See, these are in order. Why weren't the other ones? ECU Science Lab. Whenever a defender you control becomes powered up, it has reinforcement. This attack exhausts 2 Spider Friends characters you control. Draw a card. Daily Bugle. I remember this one. This is the card I remember really well. When you flip Daily Bugle, choose a character name. Whenever a character with that name becomes stunned by a Spider Friends character you control, you may turn a face-up resource you control face down. I wonder if that allows you to reuse sources. Smoke Screen, Jetpack, Twist of Fate. As an additional cost to play Twist of Fate, discard a Spider Friends character from your hand. Reveal the top 4 cards of your deck and choose one character from among them. Put them in your hand. Put the rest at the bottom of the deck. So that's really good, and that's how I assume you would get your Spider-Man cards. Spider Senses. Oh, I remember this artwork is like iconic to me. 2 costs. Target Spider Friends defender gets +3 defense this turn. Wow. The best part of this to me is just getting to relive the artwork, and these cards are legit, like, pretty good condition. Like, I don't imagine it was... Yeah, I don't think these are really worse for wear being as old as, like, I guess they're 20 years old. 2024, 2004. I can't wait to give these a shot and just play a game, even though these are incomplete decks. I think it'll be really fun. I wouldn't expect too much out of these because they're very specific, and I won't be expanding these very much, these decks. Now for the regular versus 2-player card game, if things go well and my friends and I enjoy them, we might get some more stuff. Because, these expansions are pretty cheap. This was like $12 or something. Not bad, and it gives you everything from the set that was included within that set. This older version, they had booster packs, and it was random. Like pretty much every other card game, but it was harder to get the stuff that you need, and being starter decks, you get some of the good generic stuff. But I really cannot wait to try this. This was super nostalgic. Like some of these card artworks, I don't think I realized when I was younger that these were original artworks. So just going back to see them, I'm like, man, they're just really cool. I remember looking at this one, because he's hanging upside down, I would hold it like that. Well, guys, that's it for the Marvel vs. System Spider-Man vs. Doc Ock 2-player starter set. If you want to stay up to date with my videos and live streams on both YouTube and Twitch, check out links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe, and consider joining. That's all for now, guys. Manjoume out.